Peace, peace. What's happening, everybody? I'm gonna need some water on this one. What about the toad medicine and black folks? Now, of course, I'm just making an interesting title because probably more black folks will come and peep and see what's going on, see what I maybe might have to say. But this video is definitely for anybody who's wondering about toad medicine. And I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna tell you what I've been seeing. All right, so Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, West LA right now. Yeah, let's get it popping. Press 2 if you share this video, pretty please. If you're on YouTube, then go ahead and subscribe, and also leave your name and your team zodiac and what city and state you represent. Well, I see your name. I see Team Cancer in Fayetteville. What it do? 2-6 and Abdul Cool Tat for Latat. Wabazon Gamma Farragoon Shalel Kaloon. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. And I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. It's the J Ilaku. So this particular video, I'm not sure whether I'm gonna be necessarily giving out really like something really cool or whether I'm gonna be snapping. So it could be between snapping on folks and then giving out something really cool, right? So who is this video for? If you black, if you smoke weed, if you've tried any type of psychedelics, DMT, mushrooms, if you have not tried any type of psychedelics and you're afraid of them, but you're curious, this video's for you. So whether you've tried them or not, it don't matter. But if you're curious or you have tried them or you want to get some other information, you don't want to go through and like look at all the other videos on YouTube, and you're looking for a video from somebody that looks like you. Because y'all know me, I'm going to run tell that. What up, Kathy? What up, Nikita? I go try something, and then I come back and tell people, right? So my message is not necessarily strictly for black people. It's for whoever needs it. What up, Team Libra, Columbus, Ohio? Jasmine is in the building. What up, Jacina? Team Leo in Corona, California. Excuse me. Had some amazing Thai food tonight. Been eating like I'm crazy. Yes, please share this to like one of your groups with my human design at Let's Talk Magic, Magical Mystic, Trill Alchemy, all of that. So the toad medicine. So probably maybe y'all saw a video I did the other day about my toad experience since I've been traveling with Dr. Jerry, right? So if you don't know who Dr. Jerry is, and if you don't know what toad is, toad medicine, you can go, the first place I would start is go to YouTube and type in Mike Tyson, Dr. Jerry. That's with a G. Mike Tyson, Dr. Jerry, toad, and look at the hot boxing video. I would start right there and let him explain. Mike Tyson tried the toad. Now everybody, everybody's talking about Mike tried the toad because it really changed his life, right? Got him past a lot of trauma, deep set trauma, and just really switched up how he's living his life, right? And last year I tried mushrooms for the first time. Have had a wonderful experience with them all the way up to where I'm at currently right now. I have never taken them as a party drug because they're not party drugs. None of the things I'm going to be talking about, that may be part of the stuff I'm snapping on, right? So I have problems with black people, and then I got love for black people. So it's going to be mixed up, okay? So Reverend Bullet, you already know how I do. I really do have love for black people because if you get your heads together and stop being so scared of everything and stop being all up in church and really start practicing magic and stop thinking that you need to be high all the time and like weed is the end all be all, and start listening and paying attention, then oh my God, so many great things can happen for us. You know what I'm saying? However, there's just some stuff going on with black folks. Peace, Universal Queen. Thanks you, Nikiti Brown, for sharing. Everybody press 2 if you share the video. And the thing with black folks is everything has to be a party, a celebration, or it's got to be whining about somebody doing something to them, or it's got to be in nature. I need to be outside. So one of the really things about the United States is the United States is a very addictive culture. But the United States goes wherever black people take it. Black people really have the most power, but they're led by the nose. We're the trendsetters. We tried crack cocaine first, the opioids. We do it all. We buy the clothes. We're the fashion. Everybody follows us. It really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, when we do it, black people may not like what Kanye wears, but since he's black, Joker's just following it. He's influencing the game, just like that. Thank you, Carmen. I appreciate that. What up, Monica? Thank you, Aja, for sharing the video. So, but we normally last on things. Cryptocurrency, if we ever get on board with cryptocurrency, it's over. Like everybody's waiting for black folks to get on cryptocurrency. So that can take off, right? We saw what happened when black people just touched it just a little bit, how it went crazy. And then when black people got scared, how the price dropped, right? So entheogens or psychedelics, mushrooms, toad, DMT, LSD, acid, things like that. I've never done regular DMT. I've never done any MEO inhibitors. I've only done mushrooms and 5-MEO DMT, which is from the Sonoran toad, right? And a couple of weeks ago, there was an opportunity for me to be an assistant and help Dr. Jerry. I just asked him, I was like, hey, do you need some help? Because I know he was traveling by himself, and I remember when I had my toad experience on May 18th. What up, Baba Kalindi? I was like, well, if you're doing this by yourself, you might need somebody to hold space with you. And for my own selfish reasons, I wanted to learn. And it was inside of me something was like, yo, find out. That's what better way can you find out by sitting with the medicine man. So I seen myself what it's like from the inside when you participate in the toad ceremony, right? But I wanted to say, well, what about the outside? Can I learn more? Instead of asking people about their experiences, what if I see their experiences? And also, I want to move closer toward my own shamanistic path and my medicine man path too. So you're not going to get no medicine man or shaman papers by just hanging out looking at YouTube videos. So you're going to have to, what up, Saint Journey? You're going to have to go and sit and see for yourself. And for me, I'm a 3-5 in human design. I got to learn practical and hands-on. So Dr. Jerry was like, come through. And today I finished, I think we did another 7 or 8 ceremonies. So I've done 57 ceremonies so far. Like sitting, I have not partaken 57 times. I partake one time. That was in May of this year. And then I've sat in on and held space on 57 ceremonies. And it is the most humbling thing probably that I've done in my life. I mean, this and dealing with children are two things that really get me emotional and really humble me, right? when I participated in my toad ceremony, changed my life. And I'm not going to say change my life. I want to say change my life forever. Because when you go through certain initiations, like a Freemason initiation, you shouldn't be going back to what you were doing after you got initiated. When you have a baby and you be like, oh, I grew up now, you shouldn't be going back to how you was acting before that. Peace to the family. Can I get everybody to press 2 who just got here, sharing the video? Thank you very much. And so I started in Detroit. Now, Detroit's a black city. And Baba Kalinde, a black man, a black teacher, was like, yo, come through. So folks that look like me, you can experience this. And when you finish, you can talk to other people that look like you. But that's not in none of the videos on the internet. Nope. Right. Not saying that white people, you can't look at their experiences and relate, but sometimes you want to look and relate to your own experience, right? But I have to say this about some white people. Some white people are extra as hell. They extra as hell, and the people and they put up videos about Toad so they can get likes. They don't really understand. They like, oh, well, I experienced it. I went deep in the jungle to do ayahuasca and other things and like that. And so let me put this video up, and now y'all can look at my channel, and I can get a Google AdSense check every month. And then they don't take the stories from folks that look like us and tell them. They make it so it's so dramatic, and the person went through some type of crazy ass trauma, and then it only attracts the people who want crazy trauma like healing experiences, and then it runs away people who are skittish. Oh, I don't know, because that person threw up, or that person fell in the water, and this person did that. I want to say this to all of those folks. White people are too extra. That's 1. 2, some black people is too extra too. But 2, in having seen 50 plus ceremonies, I have not seen 2 similar ceremonies. I have not seen 2 people, and I've seen black folks, white folks, Israelis, Asians, Hawaiians, boyfriend and girlfriends, husband and wives, mamas and daughters, boyfriend and girlfriends, and no 2 have been the same. I've seen people go back to back and go in one ceremony, wait, let somebody else go, then come back, take another ceremony, and it's still different. So my first thing I want to talk about tonight about Toad medicine is you can't measure somebody else's experience. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You can't say, well, I smoked some weed. Here you go smoke this. This strand will do this, and this strand will do this. There's only 1,5 MEO Toad that's not synthetic. So my man was telling me about his experience, like before I had my experience. And after a while, I told him, yo, don't tell me nothing else, because it's damn near impossible for me to have your experience. And then when I had my experience, I called him and was like, bro, mine wasn't nothing like yours. But I was telling him about my experience because he knew what the Toad does to you. Now, there's something similar that everybody who tries the Toad experiences, and it's something called unexplainable. You can't explain it. And it pulls you. You experience and feel God for real, for real. Seeing God, not sure about that. Feeling God and being with no agenda, and a rush of things being removed from you, and you realizing that a whole bunch of drama you've been holding does not really matter no more, and love and tears and all type of different things can happen. I could talk to him then, because he knew that I knew what that experience of not even being able to explain it was about, right? And so when I see people coming out of a Toad ceremony and they can't really talk about it, I'd be like, yeah, you really got it. But then I also want to do this video because if any of you ever do Toad or want to do Toad, I'm not there. I want to tell you the best way to maximize your experience. Okay? I'm going to give you some basic things that are going to help you that nobody's telling you on a video. So is this a how to enjoy a toad ceremony tutorial? I guess so. What up, Alice? So, but I did want to say for black people, we're about to, Dr. Jerry is bringing Authentic Toad to Atlanta the weekend before Halloween. So can I get everybody to type weekend before Halloween, Atlanta? I don't know what that date is, but can everybody just type so people will see what I just said? I want to make sure y'all following. The weekend before Halloween, Dr. Jerry will be in Atlanta. All right. Now, to me, Atlanta's probably the most concentrated, supposedly woke black place currently in America. We got the most money coming through there, fintech coming through there. We got the most hoteps. We got the most so-called consciousness and all of this type of forward thinking going on in Atlanta. What up, Gabrielle? And now here comes the toad, right? So if you're in Atlanta and you're interested in this medicine, please go to toadmedicine.org and check it out. Weekend before Halloween, Dr. Jerry will be in Atlanta. Yes, and it's Dr. Jerry with a G, but I get the point. Thank you so much. We're only taking 10 spots per day, and you got to put down a $200 deposit. Is that real? For real. Is that real that you got to put down a $200 deposit to hold your spot? Yes. So what I have learned is that we compare too much. I think I was talking about the 3 C's the other day. We look at somebody else's experiences and we compare immediately to what they did or what we think they did, and we start making up our minds on whether we're going to do something or not compared to another person, and can I do what they did? So Baba Kalinde say, boom, I took 40 grams of dried mushrooms. I took 28 grams of dried mushrooms. So a person who's never tried mushrooms is already comparing themselves with somebody who's been doing mushrooms since 1970s. And then, oh, no, I could never do that. Well, nobody's asking you to do that. We skip so many steps all the time. Toadmedicine.org, not toadmedicine.com, toadmedicine.org. Somebody asked me, well, your experience with the mushrooms and toad medicine real different. How many grams of mushrooms did you take? I've taken 5 grams, 7 grams, 9 grams, 12 grams. And I'm about to take more than 12 on my next trip. Right. And none of them were like the toad. Let me tell you what I just said. None of them were like the toad. All of my experiences to date have been marvelous, wonderful. I would not trade not one of them. I've even tried mushrooms at like 1.75. I've microdosed on mushrooms, but nothing is like the toad. So is it real different? Hell yeah. So another piece is set and setting. Black people, will you stop thinking everything's a GD party, a god dang party? Everything is not a god dang party, okay? Everything is not for your ass to be outside in nature. You really aren't ready for what you keep hollering about. That's what I've learned from mushrooms and the toad. You're not ready for all this stuff. Most of us are fake as hell. Most black people are fake as hell, talking about they want this experience, they want this, but they keep forgetting one thing. To whom much is given, much is required. Not to whom much is given, much is optional. To whom much is given, much is required. But some of y'all, when y'all know that down in your heart, and then you say, I'm not going to take a lot. I ain't going to be responsible. I'm not going to study Tybro with Dr. Mitchell Gibson and go to a workshop and spend $250 on a workshop, because I'll be given a lot of information and then I'll be required to be responsible. I'm going to go to a $20 workshop or a $40 workshop, maybe a free workshop. Where's the free workshops at? Because then I won't be responsible. That's the problem when I start getting into, that's why I can't stand niggas. I can't stand niggas who just everything gotta be free, $10 or $20. But as soon as somebody say it's $100, $250, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, you get moist. And then you just like, well, I don't know. Yeah, but the people who do go, and then they say, I'm gonna follow the rules, something was given to me, much was given to me, and now much is required, and then I go do that. The ROI, return on investment, is so amazing. My return on investment from coming to do Toad, between what I paid, the plane ticket, my room, and then not being able to make no money doing what I normally do, the Toad might have ran me $1,000. Yeah, I had to fly both ways. I had to pay for the Toad. I had to eat that weekend. I had to pay for my place to stay. Yeah. But I seen jokers fly I seen jokers fly from New York all the way to San Francisco to do Toad. And they was paying $500 just for the Toad. Yes. Different venues is different. Thank you, Gabrielle. Now, here we go. Carmen says you got to go into the darkness alone. Spiritual warrior. Thank you, Baba Kalinde, for grinding that into our heads. It is not about a party drug or taking something and taking your ass outside and being in nature. You're not ready, because the deepest experience is when you go by yourself. When you want to go somewhere as a party drug, guess what you're doing? You're going because you want to be grounded by a lot of people. The more people around, the more afraid you are. Let me repeat that. The more people around you, the more afraid you are. Because the more people around and the more people you can talk to, you ground yourself by talking. You can't blast off. You can't really go someplace. But if you in the room by yourself, or maybe it's just one person, you're a sitter, and your sitter won't interact with you, your sitter won't talk to you, your sitter won't go back and forth playing games with you and entertain you, then ain't but one direction you can go. Up. Can everybody type blast off or type up? Yeah, you only can go up. If you in there by yourself, in mushrooms, I've sat with 3 people. In Toad, like I said, I've sat for 57 people. Really, 55 people, because 2 people went twice. No, 3 people went twice. So I've sat for 54 people, 3 people went twice, but 57 ceremonies. And guess what? I'm trying to get them to blast off. And every day I'm watching, or not every day, but I'm recalling what I just watched. I'm taking notes in my phone. I have notes from every ceremony on what I could have done differently to help the person have a better experience. From what I know from the inside and from what I saw them do. And the number one thing is how to ingest the medicine. All you have to do is take all the medicine, and the medicine works. And this is another reason I got to give a shout out to Baba Kalinde too, because Baba Kalinde said, how you on the shamanistic path and you ain't took no medicine? How you got on the shaman? How you calling yourself a shaman and you ain't took no medicine? What you gonna do? And you can't blast off with a little bit of gas in the tank. For instance, Carmen is in Chicago, and Carmen goes to the pump and puts in $4.03 in gas. Her tank is on empty, and she goes and puts in $4.03. Talking about she finna go to New York, or talking about she finna drive to Detroit, or talking about she finna go to New Orleans. How far is Carmen gonna get? Or my man Firewater, what he gonna do? He go to the gas station and put $2 in the gas tank. And he talking about he getting ready to drive to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You ain't getting nowhere. You got to put some gas in the tank to get somewhere. And the toad is rocket fuel. High dosage of mushrooms is rocket fuel. Now, somebody's watching right now, and they're like, Kair, are you saying everybody's supposed to be getting high and everybody is supposed to be doing mushrooms and toad? All black people? Hell no. Some of you, I don't want you to touch it. Some of you, I don't want you to touch now mushroom. Some of you, I don't want you to touch now toad, because we're talking grown folk table now, and you're not grown, and you don't want to be grown, and you just want to pretend. And I want you to stay pretending over where you're at. I don't want you to come over and attempt or try and look and see, because these things aren't play toys. There's not a try in mushrooms high dosage. There's not a try in toad. You doing it or you ain't doing it. There's no let me see, let me stop or whatever. Today, I was given my job now as the assistant is to give instructions on how to intake the medicine. So you take all of it and fill your tank up. And I gave a person instructions like for 7 or 8 minutes, 3 or 4 times, had them repeat it back to me after we finished. Asked them, do they understand? And they still came and wasted the medicine. Huh? You wasted it? And then they tried to pretend like something that they saw on a YouTube video. I don't know whether I was sad or whether I was salty or whether I really wasn't upset. But I watched human nature and I just sat there. I sat there and watched it as if somebody was trying to look at me and convince me that I had a fade and that these weren't locks and that I don't wear glasses. And I just sat there and was like, and they was like, well, you know, these aren't locks. You have a fade, you have a Caesar, and those aren't glasses on your face. I just sat there. I was just like, yep. You just came in here and wasted the medicine after I done gave you all these instructions. And this ain't weed, y'all. So if you don't follow instructions, you don't get to like just load back up. It don't work like that. So let me help you with instructions, just in case you ever try some toad somewhere and I ain't there, okay? Breathing. How long have I been telling y'all about meditation and breathing? Come on, anybody. Kendaka, you on here. Jasmine, you on here. Meek, did we ever do any breathing exercises? How many of y'all? Somebody say, like, how long have I been talking about breathing? This before I even knew there was a toad or was a 5 MEO. Dr. Jerry said he'd been doing toad 14 years. I got my black belt in 2004. So I had my black belt for 15 years. He'd been doing toad for 14. So I've been talking about breathing as long as he's been talking about. I was talking about breathing before I got my black belt. So I've been talking about breathing longer than he been doing doing toad. And come to find out, if your breathing ain't proper, then guess what? You gonna waste the medicine. So here I come. Now I'm figuring out why I'm supposed to be there. Because with what I'm helping people with in their breathing before they take the toad, they are rocketing. They ass is leaving here. Meek, they getting up out of here. Because of what I'm showing them. We're going over this breathing. That's the first. They come in the room, boom, we get right into the breathing. I don't show them, because right after they finish, I show them, they don't have time to go smoke a cigarette or smoke a joint or go talk about nothing. As soon as we finish talking about the breathing, then we get up and we go right into the toad. Yep. What up, Tony Ram? So, what up, Jocelyn? What up, Tony? So, the breathing part. So this whole thing takes 16 seconds to get into the game. You got to inhale for 8 seconds. Then you got to hold it for 8 seconds. And then you exhale, and then you just fall back and relax. That's it. What's the tough part about this? Not Cambo. We're not talking Cambo. So I just want to be Cambo, combo, whatever. We're talking 5 MEO toad. I guess I should have changed I want to be real clear. So it's so important that you start breathing deep into your abdomen so you can get your serotonin popping. Let me turn the ceiling fan on. It's a little warm. Okay, so you want serotonin. Relaxation is the key. So serotonin is from deep, slow belly breathing. Adrenaline is from high chest breathing. So jokers breathing up high, that causes fight or flight. That's asking your adrenal glands to give me more adrenaline. Adrenaline and toad go like this. Adrenaline and any medicine, any entheogen is this. You have to relax. Breathe through it. I know you got some anxieties. I know you have some agendas. This part right here. Black people, you so bougie. Black people, you so concerned about what you look like. You're so concerned about fashion. You're so concerned about what somebody's going to think of you. That's why I love the intimacy. I'm so happy Baba Kalinde introduced me to Modu. And I asked Modu one day when I met him in Detroit, big shouts out to God, about sitting for people. Because I had never sat for nobody. And he was like, listen, you got to be there because it's an intimate experience. It can get very intimate. And I ain't talking about having sex, but I'm talking about the person, all of your filters are down when you are going on mushrooms or you on this toad. Your filters is just a wrap. There's no more hiding no more. You know what I'm saying? The real you's trying to come out, and the person who you not is trying to hold on. Yeah. So we so tough on holding on to who we are not, but the toad is so gangster on showing you who you not and making you let it go. I've seen so many people balling their fist up or making these movements with their fingers. I shouldn't even be showing that part because some people be like, oh Lord, I'm gonna be trying to toad and I don't want my hands to be like that where I've been on medication. And listen, ain't lost nobody in 57 ceremonies. Not nothing. The way Dr. Jerry does it is so safe. It's so loving. That's why I said I'm so humbled, because to watch somebody do this and have the care in the space, you can't even talk loud no more. You can't even talk loud because you're seeing a person really battling with their stuff and people winning with their stuff. But before you can win, you got to battle. And it's intense. But it's not intense every time. I've seen people take the toad and just fall back and they go into what we call like the Buddhahood. And they just be back chilling. So that's the other reason I'm making this video, because everybody's not spitting up, vomiting, screaming and hollering and, all this, crazy stuff that you see white people making it like everybody's going to do something crazy. There's no way that the toad can do the same experience for everybody, just like mushrooms can't do the same thing for everybody. So quit watching videos and comparing yourself to what you see on the video. That's really, I could have just said that at the beginning and it's been finished with the video. But every experience has been deeper. Some people roll from side to side. Some people roll and they end up on their stomach. Some people be like this and end up sideways, right? I've seen people go all the way around. I ain't gonna tell you other stuff that I've seen, but I've seen some stuff to know that they're all unique. And then I have to have high level of integrity to hold space for the person and keep my mouth shut. Because even if I was to tell you 30 experiences and start reading it off, I ain't gonna put nobody's name to it. But then I already know you. You will start comparing because that's how your conscious mind is doing, and you letting your subconscious mind sit there and compare to the stuff that you got going on. No, bruh, don't do that. That's why you should be meditating. You care too much. You care too much, and you compare too much. You care too much, and then you compare too much. But when people are having these experiences and they're just letting go, I'm going to talk about this lady today that came in and she was like, I'm ready to submit. Because I was explaining to her, no agendas. Don't worry about your husband and your daughter. Don't worry about where you got to be tomorrow. Don't worry about your makeup. Don't worry about nothing. She ain't even tried. She ain't even hit the toad yet. She already crying. She was like, I'm so ready for this. And I was like, that's the proper attitude. She already came in there. She was like, yo, I'm ready to surrender. I was like, you know what? You got the proper attitude. And she nailed it. Now, what is nailing it? Nailing it is when you follow those instructions I give you at the beginning of inhaling and holding. That's it. That's it. Because it's natural sometimes when you have something that moves really, really fast that you be like, whoa, wait a minute. Like when you waiting in line to get on a roller coaster, you already know it's gonna get to a point where somebody's gonna be screaming and it's gonna be moving fast. And even though you know it's moving fast, and you know everybody in front of you made it, sometimes when that turn comes, you be like, you still gasp. And that's okay. Me too. And whoever else took the toad, whether it was your first, second, or third time, you still gonna be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So, but she really got all the medicine. She filled her tank up. If you're getting ready to drive somewhere, you got to fill your tank up with the medicine in order to get the car to go as fast as you want it to go. So just like, and I'm so happy that Baba had taught us about same thing with the mushrooms. He said until you cross 14, until you cross a half an ounce of mushrooms, you ain't really going. I mean, not you ain't really going nowhere. Pause, because 5 grams will definitely get you somewhere. I bear witness. 7 grams. Get you somewhere. 9 grams, get you somewhere. 12 grams, get you somewhere. I'm pretty sure 15 and 18 and 21 to get you somewhere, but you got to put some fuel in the tank for this medicine to work, and that's the way it's been. So if this is calling you, then put some medicine in your tank. If this is not calling you, disregard what I'm talking about. Don't even watch this. We're going to be in Atlanta, whatever, the 27th. Gabrielle, if you could repost that. So if you want to come to Atlanta and you got other questions, you can ask them right now, or you can hit me on my inbox. But you got to put a deposit down because he's going to be there for 2 days. So that means only 20 people. And when people find out on his website that he's going to be in Atlanta, they're going to be flying from Florida. They're going to be flying from Texas. They're going to be flying down from New York. They're going to be flying in from different places just because they said, yo, I need another dose of my medicine. All right? So I'm just letting you know, you got to put a deposit down to hold your spot. It's 10 spots a day. He will go up to like 12, but after that, he get spiritually, like it just takes too much out of him. And I seen that firsthand. Meek said, are there any recommendations on physical health, etc. prior to? Yes. No eating or drinking 4 hours before. Let me say that again. No eating or drinking coffee, food, juices, none of that before. That's it. So, but like, if you're super skinny or if you're super overweight, none of that matters. I just want you to come in relax. I definitely wouldn't come in chain smoking a bunch of cigarettes because you got anxiety. Like, can the toad help you with addictions and defeat them? 1,000,000%. But doesn't mean come in there loaded up on whatever you are on or addicted to before you come in and experiencing the toad. If you're on any type of mental medicine, can't come in. If you took some medication that morning for something, you can't come in. If you took mushrooms that morning, you can't come in. The only thing that I've seen that you can come in on is some marijuana. If you want to smoke some marijuana to calm yourself out, then that's allowable. If you want to smoke some marijuana when you finish, that's allowable. But you can't do anything else before you come in there. I wish I was available. I would have been there this weekend. Well, hey, he'll be back in December in Venice Beach. Okay. Thank you, Gabrielle. Appreciate that. So, if you're interested, there's the information. It's going to be in Atlanta, and we're working on having it the weekend after Halloween in North Carolina. So what's that, the 25th to the 27th? So I guess that'll be the 2nd and the 3rd of November. So end of October, Atlanta, beginning of November in North Carolina. So we're working on securing a spot. If you want to host in North Carolina or in Atlanta or in a place, inbox me. You will need like a house with some privacy. A 2 or 3 bedroom is preferable because we're going to need a private bedroom. So, let me talk about ceremony. So it's not like ayahuasca. It's not going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 20 people going in at the same time. Every ceremony, once, one person. Oh yes, if you've been fasting, that's magnificent. Come on in. Drink you some water before you go to sleep that night before, or drink you some juice. Come on in. What was I getting? Oh, what was I was talking about hosting. Something else I was about to say. I went to the question. You have December dates. It's on the website. I think the Los Angeles. It's on the December, or you can just inbox Dr. Jerry and ask him what the December dates are. I was talking about hosting and I lost my place. Hey, Andrea, what was I saying? I was talking about the food. I was talking about fasting. And I was talking, what does the ceremony look like? What does the ceremony look like? The ceremony has you and that's it. There's nothing else there's nobody else in the ceremony. It's just you. So there's no looking around like a Tai Chi class or to see what everybody else is doing. There's no hitting the blunt and passing it to the next person. When you get there before the ceremony, it's a nice social. After the ceremony, your ceremony is nice and social. But then I come out, or the assistant comes out and says, who's next? Every ceremony goes with who's next. Who's next? Not everybody come on. So you can bring your girlfriend, but guess what I'm going to say? Who's next? Then come on, it's your turn. Then you going to come into wherever the launching pad is at. We do call it a launching pad. And then we're going to explain to you, or I'm going to explain, or the assistant is going to explain, or Jerry's going to explain what you need to do. And it's basically 3 things. Relax, be able to inhale for 8 seconds without coughing, and holding it for 8 seconds without coughing. Real simple. Some people overthink it. There's nothing to overthink. Okay, I know somebody wants to ask the question. They want to be like, well, but I don't smoke weed, or I don't. That's fine. You ain't got to smoke weed. You don't need to smoke weed. What up, Blue? What up, LaWanda? You can. It's not like marijuana smoke. It's not like what do you call that? It's not like cigar smoke. It's very mild and chill. It's very surprisingly. I'm not gonna say it has a sweet taste. It definitely don't taste like crack. Don't worry about how I know what crack tastes like. I know what crack smell like too, but it ain't nothing like that. Yeah, you can take it, man. As long as you can inhale for 8 seconds and you can hold your breath for 8 seconds, You can do it, but you got to take it. And your subconscious mind, you might be like, man, that sounds easy. It is. That's why I'm making the video. It's a lot easier than what you think. And the white people that you done seen on YouTube channels, there's nobody that looks like you that's telling us about it. And so for me, I look at the traumas. Yeah, she said, are there any side effects? Freedom, love, joy, healing. I think somebody said the other day it's like getting 10,000 hours of therapy in 20 minutes. 10,000 hours of therapy in 20 minutes. Those are the side effects. Yep. It's not going to be tested in your in a drug test. It's not. What up, Samuel? It's not gonna. I mean, like after you finish your session, we don't want you to drive right away. But you can go chill for like 30 or 45 minutes and you can just resume the rest of your life to whatever you was doing before you got there. But your life is going to be different because you're going to remember this experience, in my opinion, for the rest of your life. That's why I say people who've done told, you can look at them and know when they start talking about it, because most of the time we speak in incomplete sentences. You start getting into it, then that feeling come back, then you can't finish a sentence. My man today tried to come back and start explaining, and he was just like, man, it was just so... Then he just went back quiet. I done stopped leaning when somebody start talking, trying to explain what happened. I know if you can explain what happened, you didn't fill your tank up. That's what I say. You can't fill your tank up. I'm sorry, you can fill your tank up, but when you come back, them should be some incomplete sentences. You know, see, and then when somebody exhale like that, or they just sit up, this is something I see a lot of too. I see a whole bunch of this. With the women, I see a whole bunch of this. You know what I really like about it though? Is what it does for the men. Man, I should do another video just for the men. The men touch their chest, touch their heart. Hey, that thing make me about cry every time I see it. 90% of the men that I've seen who have taken all the medicine, at one point their hands come up and touch their heart, or their hand comes up around their heart space. Now, whether you know Reiki or not, energy is coming from your hands. So this man is coming up and touching his heart. And I remember specifically a whole bunch of stuff happening with my heart. Not physically like I was about to have a heart attack, but I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I know it was in the heart area. I know it was very intense. And when I finished, at the end, when I was like back and conscious and I was laying on the floor, all I could feel was like a fountain of love spewing out of my heart, like this big, like a column of energy just spewing out of my heart. So people who know me know I already love hard, but this was uncontrollable. And it wasn't like I was like, man, I'm going to give all my love away. It was just, the space was so open. It was just, and it was love, bruh. And not love that I be talking about or love that I could explain. I just knew that that was love. And so when I see these brothers bring their hands up, because I practice Tantra, what did I tell y'all? Women carry stuff in their womb. Men carry stuff in our hearts. So women, when you practice in Tantra, if you want to get past a man and get to help heal him, you got to get past the bony cage. That's us. And we've been so traumatized. To me, I'm finna say something real crazy right here. But hey, somebody said, might as well be me. You women don't know how to get through the bony cage to heal a man's heart. I've not seen it. Not that it's not possible. And not that some women know how to do it, but across the board, women do not know how to heal a man's heart. They are not practicing Tantra from a heart space, love space. Where there is no love, there is no Tantra. So they're not practicing love from their own heart space. They're caught up in their genitalia because they're caught up with fucked up teachers who got them caught up in their genitalia. So if your teacher got you caught up in your genitalia and worry more about squirting and orgasms and multiple orgasms than being in a heart space so you can heal somebody else from a heart space, well, guess who the person you're going to be healing from the heart space? Your man. So most of the Tantra groups that I see out here are so bullshit because nobody's making no effort to heal. 97% are not trying to heal a man's heart. Now, there are some sisters out here who do got it. You know what I'm saying? Hasina, Riziki, Arletta, Kenya K knows how to heal your heart. Kenya take you to the genital level too, but Kenya knows how to heal a man's heart. It's some other sisters out here. Debbie knows how. Debbie Ward, she got stuff going on, but it's a lot of cats out here that's just some fugazi shit. You know what I'm saying? Amina gets to the heart. Amina Peterson of Atlanta Tantra Institute. She can get to the heart. But I don't understand. But it's hell. You can't just come in there and be like, oh, I'm trying to get to the heart. So the toad is like, I'm gonna come get to the heart. But the toad ain't coming in at you like no female. It ain't coming in there like nurturing you, trying to build a relationship or take no time. So brothers, I feel that the toad is tantric medicine. There, I said it. Because I don't see you participating in this medicine and then going back lying to your spouse about shit. And remember what I said in several videos about vulnerability? I don't believe in vulnerability in a relationship. I think that's some bullshit where women have been using that to manipulate us to try to keep us with just the most singularity type relationship where you only need me, you shouldn't be with nobody else, whatever. And then men talking about, and then she's talking, it's just wait, you should be more vulnerable. And men like, I don't know, how can I be vulnerable? The woman saying, how can I be? Only way you can be vulnerable is because you lied and now you telling the truth. And I may say something about you lying to me. You should have been telling the truth. You can't be, you won't be able to be vulnerable in a relationship. What up, Venus Rising, Team Capricorn, Pennsylvania? But when you go in front of God or you're having a shamanic experience or you're having a psychedelic experience, then I would say yes. That is a place where you could be vulnerable and need somebody there with love and kindness and integrity. So when you get somebody to sit with you, you need to get somebody who's got integrity so you can be vulnerable. So I'm talking about cause you got stuff that's opening up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be around somebody who gonna take something that you said when you was in this other space and you was trying to meet up with God, and then they come at you with something sideways. So, that's important, and that's why I said first off, I wasn't snitching anyway because I'm an astrologer. I got people that come tell me all types of stuff in dealing with their relationships and dealing when I look at their chart, or if I drop some cards or drop some coins, I be getting some damn piercing ass information. And then people start telling me even more after I see something. They go and tell me more, and sometimes I suffer from TMI. Somebody's giving me too much information, but I asked and signed up to be in this position with the toad, and now I'm coming back giving you this information. I'm giving you this wisdom. I ain't giving you no information. I'm going to tell you it's real wisdom because it's something that you could use. There's a difference between information and wisdom. The shit you be seeing on YouTube is just some information. When it talks about the chemical compound and what it is, but wisdom is the practical application of it and the practical strategy for you to come and maximize from this healing medicine. This heart medicine for men, I'm 1000% sure. I could say it's a couple different things for women. It just helps them with y'all's trauma, man. There's some stuff that y'all have buried. So everybody's burying trauma deep, and then the answers is in there. Toad is gonna. I ain't gonna play with you. The Toad definitely gonna take you back through your drama so you can heal from it. You're not never ever going to heal from your trauma if you ain't going back through it. And I ain't sure yet, that's what Baba was talking about after 21 grams of mushrooms. I might have to call him and be asking. But when I'm listening and talking and the clues he giving, I'm thinking like that might be what he talking about. I want to sit back some, so let me pull this closer. Yeah, so because I haven't really hit no trauma yet on the mushrooms. I definitely seen some just some stuff that was pulled out of me, and we want such an explanation all the time for every time we see something. We always want an explanation of how did it go down, and I think the Toad take you so fast and pulls it away from you that it don't have time to explain to you, because a lot of us are spiritually immature in some instances where we want to be so nosy. We want to know how miracles work, and most of the time, I do remember Dr. Gibson telling me one time about why magic does not work for a lot of black women is because they want to know how too much. They want to know how and why this is working. And that's above your pay grade. It's above my pay grade. I ain't asking why or trying to explain to nobody how stuff is working. This whole video, the whole time, all I tried to explain to you was, black people, I feel that you need this. Some of you, because you got a lot of trauma. Men, you got some stuff that you need to get dealt with yourself in the heart. This will help you. Ain't nobody died. Ain't nobody came close to dying. I think it's something very safe. Can it scare you? Damn right. But look at the ROI really outweighs all the other stuff, right? Yeah, and we're gonna be in Atlanta, yo. That's all. This is just gonna be his first time coming to Atlanta, but also if jokers don't, I'm not worried about is 10 people coming or 20 people coming, because it's got to be worth his while to come, because people around the country who've already taken the Toad, they follow him. Be like, yeah, this is my second time. It's my third time. It's my fifth time. Yeah, when he comes to this area. So this will be his first time in Atlanta. When you see him and he say, I'll be back in 3 months, your ass will probably be back again too. To be like, you know what? Let me get some of that. I want to try that again. So Atlanta, Georgia, Dr. Jerry will be in the heart of the black folks. So if you're in South Carolina, Northern Florida, anywhere in the state of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, New Orleans, and you are like on the fence about it, I would just slide my happiness over there. Right. So you got like, what you got? It's September the 20-something. So you got a whole month, right? The deposit is $200. You pay the rest of the money when you get there. Is it worth it? Who's thinking that? Did anybody want to ask me that? Because nobody asked me, was it worth it? It's been May. I went in one time. I had way more than $1,000 experience. Right. You want to wait till he come back to Detroit? That's fine and dandy. But I really appreciate Baba Kalinde, because he said, I want to bring Jerry to a city where it's people that look like us, or we can have this experience around people who look like us. Not that white people, I'm not trying to turn this into no race thing. I really don't give a damn. But 70% of the folks I done sat for is white. Even when I was in Detroit in a black home, it was still 60% white people. or of other nationalities. And I just started thinking, like, why in the hell, why ain't it more black people here? The way y'all puff up weed and buy weave and all this other stuff, why in the world ain't y'all here for this? But ain't nobody that looked like them told them. So I was like, let me tell you, because we was binging the other night looking at all the Toad videos, and ain't nobody out here talking like this. So if you watching me on YouTube, I'm talking to you. You can go to toadmedicine.org, scroll down there. If you hit the register button, you're going to put your name and email address in. Jerry going to hit you back. You're going to have the information where you can send your deposit, and then it get popping. That's all I can do. Yeah, I didn't, a $200 deposit, that means $400. Yeah, it's half. You got to put down half of whatever it is. So your ceremony is $400 in Atlanta. In San Francisco, it was $500. Some other places is $350. And the A is $400. And I ain't going to nobody. I don't go to Target and be like, can you drop it? But when I said I had $1,000 experience, that means what I paid for the Toad, for the medicine, what I paid for my flight to get there and back, the food I ate that weekend, the rooms that I had to stay in, and my expenditures, I think it was like $1,000. So when I look at everybody coming through the door, I'm saying, it's a bare minimum for you just to get, unless you stayed around the corner. But nobody stays around the corner. It's like everybody's always, I'm meeting all these people from all these different backgrounds. And that's so humbling because they made the choice. And I'd be like, why ain't more black people just, why his door ain't being flooded? And he doesn't just advertise to white people, but I think it's more psychonauts or people, white people that's into that, and black people, we just want to just smoke weed. You just want to just smoke weed. That's all you want to do. Smoke weed. Yeah, my man Vaughn, he in Vegas right now. It wasn't, it cost him that. But did you have a spirit? Think about the last vacation or trip you went on that cost you more than $500. Did you have a spiritual, enlightening, meet God experience? All of y'all done been somewhere. If you went to Disney World, it cost you more than $1,000. If you went to a Jay-Z concert, big crib, you bought the outfit, you did all this other stuff that you bought to add it up that night. Even if the tickets was only $80 or $30 or whatever, everything else that you did cost you by the stack. So why wouldn't you put this and prioritize? That's why I said I might start snapping in this video about black people. Y'all don't prioritize y'all spiritual hygiene. Y'all don't prioritize it. What? You want everything for $1. Something like that. You tripping because mushrooms cost $75 for 5 grams, and you tripping and you talking about you want a tracking number. Will you go somewhere and sit down? You think somebody want to beat you out of $75, and then once you get the mushrooms and then you have this experience that changes your life, you don't even hit the person back and be like, man, let me send you another 50 just for having some mushrooms. Oh, you got me some mushrooms? No, I ain't gonna give you no money for getting me the mushrooms. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get them for myself, and then I'm gonna just be, and the experience that you have is priceless. Yep, we don't prioritize spiritual maturity, man. We be on some. But anyway, I don't want to come and get all the way to the end and start barking on cats. I tried to do my best and being nice as I could. Can I get some feedback? What was the most impactful thing that you got from this share tonight about Toad medicine and black people? Let me know. What up, Donald? Jasmine is back. Jordans and hair weave is 200 plus. Your well-being is worth taking action. There it is. You can't keep running from your trauma neither, man. It's got all the answers in it. If I would have known that the Toad was going to get up in my trauma like this so it could dissolve it and I could be clear on it and be gone of it, clear and done. And no, it's not addictive for anybody who's thinking about that. It's not addictive. Nah. Like I said, I went in May and September. I ain't been back. I'm good. I'm going back, but I'm straight right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how was this demonstration for you? 1, don't make no more videos. 10, keep on making videos and you understand exactly what I'm talking about. I appreciate everybody who came through. Big shouts out to Dr. Jerry first for doing what he do. Once again, I can't never stop thanking Big Baba Kalinde. When I came through when I came up the stairs, he was the first person I seen, right? I don't know, about 6'3", something like that. I'm a pretty strong guy. I just ran up on him and just bear hugged him and tried to pick him up off the ground. I was going to pick him up and like spin him around. I was so happy. I thought I was so strong. I thought I was all diesel. And shit, he wasn't going for that. Now drop. He was not. I mean, he even kind of looked at me like, what you trying to do, little nigga? You know what I'm saying? And I'm real strong. I done picked up people way, way more than him. He hit the root on my ass. I was like, is this an oak tree? His ass ain't going nowhere. So, how does 5-MEO compare to NN? Good question. Uncle Michael, what it do? 5-MEO DMT compared to NN is like comparing the mayor of Los Angeles to the emperor of the galaxy. The emperor of the galaxy is running all the planets. And then inside the planet, you might have the king of the planet. They report to the emperor of the galaxy. Then you might have the person who's running the country who report to the person who run the planet who report to the emperor. And then inside the country, you got the governors, right? So the governors report to the person running the country. Person running the country report to the person running the planet. The person on the planet report to the 5-MEO. All right? So it's 5-MEO is the top dog. And then NN is somewhere up in there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the same. I know somebody on my page tried to say NN is... No, it's not. It ain't. It ain't. Nope. Summer same, nephew. I don't know what that means. Same. Nah. NN and 5-MEO is not the same. If it was the same, the chemical compounds, it'll be the same formula. But nope. But guess what? They both contain tryptamines, and they both are here to help you. So if you done tried NN, then go ahead and try the 5. I had a sister came in today. She was 19 years old. She came in there with her mama, and her daddy. The whole family tried it today. Boss. That was some boss. That was some boss stuff right there. Oh, okay. Big Uncle is in the building. That was another reason too. I want to give a big shout out to my Uncle Michael. Cause I'm gonna just give him the back end of the story because he just got there. Ungar protects what is true and holy, right? And I think that as a representative of Ungar, I'm supposed to be in the room and be the last man. That's what we do. We make sure you not. We make sure that nobody's sneaking up on you while you're trying to get close to God. We make sure that things are done in integrity. You know, I heard people talking smack about Jerry and other websites, sacred and holy. We protect what is sacred and holy. And this medicine's sacred and holy. And some of the people, they know my character. If I seen that something was on some shadiness or was on some bullshit, I'll be trying to shut it down. Because unfortunately, I'm crazy like that. But if I believe in something and I put my name beside it and I say this is what you're supposed to, not supposed to be doing, but I'm making a suggestion, then that's that. And while I'm around it, in my presence, I already see it's giving sacred and holy results. I tried it myself, and I know that upstairs there was a man protecting my space, right? His name was Kalinde E. And I knew that there wasn't nothing coming in that house while I was spiritually vulnerable. And I get kind of teary because when I go, I would love for Uncle Michael to be there because I could fully relax. And that's what we all want when we having a physical, a spiritual experience where we're going to God. Go look at any tribal type entities or medicines ever in the history. You went in with the shaman, and where was the warriors at? Out there ready to kill something. Wild animal, whatever. They was making sure that nobody was coming attacking you while you was getting your message from God. They making sure everything was straight. So for me to be able to hold space for somebody like that right there, it melts my heart. It makes me get emotional, and it's very humbling. Just when you're on a vision quest, you got Uncle Michael took me on my nature's quest, dropped me off. Was I a little nervous? Yep. But I knew wasn't nobody gonna follow him out there. He wasn't gonna let nothing come out there and bother me while I was out there trying to get close to God. And those people, I love myself more. I also respect those type of warriors. That's the clan I want to be down with. That's where I am. You can call me crazy or whatever, but it's an honor to do that because that's God's work too. The medicine man ain't the only one doing God's work. The warrior out there who's making sure that the medicine man and everybody is safe, he's doing God's work too. I'm only here to try and do some more God's work and get my budget up so I could do more God's work. Okay. So, and fireworks go off right as I say that. So I like that. There is the Creator and his foot soldiers, the deities that are surrounding us throughout creation. I would definitely have to say that too. Sacred space is always protected. Yeah, but I like a strong force to protect my sacred space. You know what I'm saying? Sure I like angels. I like angels to be there and deities to be there, but it sure do feel good to be somebody over there with a 45 too. I'm trying to tell you. Or somebody who know how to throw them hands or throw them knives or whatever. Or who can just look at somebody and be like, oh, I ain't going over there. I ain't messing around. So, set and setting is imperative, not just when you're doing any. I want to go all the way back to the very beginning of what I said. None of these things are party drugs. They're not drugs, they're medicines. They're not drugs, they're medicines. If you want to take something and go around a bunch of people and have a little high time, then you the one that's not spiritually mature to even handle what you're doing. Okay? And you got to put some gas in the tank to get where you're going. So don't come to me talking about, can I start off microdosing? Don't come hollering at me talking about, oh, I've been microdosing for such and such. And then I ask you, what's your biggest dosage? And you're going to say 0.3. I'm going to tell you to go on somewhere and get out my face. Okay? Okay? Like Linda said, the kids start off with 5. So if you need 5, then get you 5 and get started. What should one look for in the chart to identify optimal time for a sacred journeying? If the moon is in your sun sign, if the moon is in your sun sign, it's an optimal time. So all the Geminis that came through today, it's crazy because I'm just watching people because we getting their birthday, and when they coming through, I say, when's your birthday? Joke will be like June 2nd. So that means their sun is in Gemini and the moon was in Gemini like at 25 degrees. And they was coming in there back to back. Then it was a Pisces full moon last week, and Jokers was coming in there back to back. All these Pisces was falling through there. So you ain't really got to look in your chart. You just look at the transiting. The transiting moon is a really good indicator because that happens the fastest. And that's the simplest thing everybody can look at, because you can just get a moon calendar app and look on your phone and be like, hey, where's the moon at today? Or you could just be like, Google, where is the moon at right now, astrologically? Hey Google, where is the moon at astrologically right now?
I found some information for what astrological sign is the moon currently in. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, Google.
On the website cafeastrology.com, they say, The moon ends its void period today at 12:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time when the moon enters Cancer. The sun enters Libra today and will transit the sign until October 23rd. Before I go, I'd like to know how satisfied you are with that last experience.
Very satisfied.
1's the worst and 5's the best.
5.
Thanks.
So Google, you see that? I just asked Google to tell me where the moon was at. So that jump was pretty easy. All right. Yes, you can ask Google and they'll tell you. Now, the moon is not going, the sun is not going into Libra until, is it after 12 o'clock? No, it's after 12 o'clock on the East Coast. So what they mean when they say tomorrow, they're talking about Monday, right? Okay. All right, that's it. All of y'all got apps. Best thing to do is find out if Jared's going to be in the city close to you. Put your coins together. Go get your deposit. And be an unashamed opportunist. You know what I'm saying? Stop being chicken shit. Especially you black folks. I'm telling you. Really, 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 really tired of hearing y'all complain. Look, just please don't come at me no more talking about voting and what you're going to have for president. I want to say this too. All that whole revolt. If you're getting caught up in presidencies and who's running for president more than you are about your own spiritual candidacy for going to see God, then please miss me with all that. I just can't. I just cannot deal with you whatsoever. If you have anything to say about any type of president, whether it was Obama was your favorite or Trump is the worst, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. All I want to talk about now is spiritual maturity and getting money. Okay? Everything else, y'all can go somewhere and kick several rocks. Just kicky rocks. Okay? That's how I feel. And let's go on and get the party started on advancing on more on the spiritual path like we're supposed to. All right, I found y'all in peace. I'm going to leave y'all in prayer. Try to see if I can go over here and talk to somebody and give me a facial, get myself together or something, or I'm finna watch me a movie. I might just fall out. I take this old mud mask or something. Whatever. All right. So, thank you. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inabakoa Gijalaki Menka, Tatia Tezera, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Taharanu Nara, Nagibor, the Shea Yakadeka, Kabava Shamran, Barkam Taram, Rakame, Tazika Taka, Tamid Gamlan, Kasim Kadosh, Baru, Tufka, Nael Arateka, Yakid Gahel, Amchapanez, or Craig Katushka Taka. Yes, I'm late. I gotta watch to see what you were talking about. Absolutely. Baba, we out of here. Peace. Oh, wait a minute. The silent fall. No one knows who they are, what they do for the immeasurable number of people they help who otherwise could not help themselves. Wait, I gotta read this all the way from the top. Uncle Michael, he be coming through. Whoa. The silent fallen. No one knows who they are, what they do for the immeasurable number of people they help who otherwise could not help themselves. There are worlds within worlds, even in this country, people that no one helps, no one offers assistance to, no one sees, no one defends or protects. And I'm not talking about the homeless who cluster around the cities living off the cast-off refuge from those who have goods. I'm talking about the invisible people that even in the fury of the liberal rage against the machine, these people are not seen, not counted, and most certainly not accounted for. Today, in a subworld within this brattish, whining, spoiled, childlike society, ironically called the United States of America, we lost another silent protector. You won't notice it. There won't be a funeral with honors or some kind of cleverly written eulogy in the papers. Just this one, and only because I'm tired of silently mourning the loss of my brothers who silently fall, disappear with no notice. other than the huge hole they leave behind in a crumbling ancient system of people helping themselves by protecting their own with no need or want of interference from a government and a society gone totally mad about things that are truly a waste of time, money, and energy. We walk among, we are not one of you, and yet we walk among you. We are dedicated in commitment to serve and protect all things sacred and holy. When we fall quietly. Without need for recognition, payment of our service, no reason for remorse. Our fate was already decided the day we were born. And the day we die, we move on to our next assignment. I wish it was that simple. Being human is an infection of sorts. The only cure is death. Today is a Bobo. Today a Bobo was healed. Or Beaux. Bobo was healed. Yeah, I'll certainly be going and copying and pasting that somewhere. Oh, I ain't got to wait. I can do that right now. Yep. That was a bit emotional for me right there. That's a good way to end the summer, though. Talking about some Toad and talking about the invisible. Yep. That was hella right there, Uncle Michael. Appreciate that. Yeah. That was a bit much. He always dropping it like that. The silent falling. I ain't dying though. I'm on this immortal shit. So I ain't here to be like, oh, I'll die for you. No, I'm here to kill for mine. So the best thing for you to do is go on peacefully, mind your damn business. And let's all, those of us who want to work together, let's go ahead and work together. That's it. And if you choose you want to work toward immortality, then that's fine. We could live to be 200 years old, you know what I'm saying, and really get some success and get it popping. But, some people, that's the other thing too. The Toad will take the fear of death out of right out of your ass. If you sitting there worrying about dying and you touch on some Toad, that's one thing we're gonna get past. Hopefully. I really wasn't caught up in death anyway, but when I play that Tupac, if I die tonight, I be doing too much. That's the old jazz be coming out. Oh, Bo Bew, right. I try not to put on that Tupac. Too rich. It's too rich. You know what I'm saying? Sacred Messenger. Bo Bew. Bo Bew means Sacred Messenger. I think some of y'all need to send a friend request over to Uncle. Yep. Michael Gaithers. Yep. He's a real one out here. But anyway, he kind of quiet though. He ain't gonna just give it to you just right off the gate. Probably we ain't gonna see him on no Facebook Live either. He's a character. He funny as hell. Do you still start your New Year's tomorrow? Will you still follow this system? Hell yeah. 0 degrees Libra. I'm getting started. What is it? Hey Google?
Hey Google.
Hey Google, where is the sun astrologically positioned right now?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Hey Google, where is the sun at right now?
I'm not sure, but I found some information for sun position now. Would that help?
Yes.
website timeanddate.com, they say, position of the sun. The ground speed is currently 463.92 meters per second, 1,670.1 kilometers per hour, 1,037.8 miles per hour, or 901.8 nautical miles per hour.
Yeah, that wasn't helpful. That's only because I ain't pulling up on my phone. I could do it right quick, but, you know, then it'll pause it. Yep. Okay, y'all. I'm going to go on and get up out of here. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to get some more air conditioning popping up in here because it does get warm. Yeah. All right. Holla at y'all. See y'all in Atlanta on the 25th of October. Right? Peace. I love you too, Uncle. I'm trying to hit the finish button. Ain't that something?